Welcome to SAP TechEd Live. Hi, Martin.
Hey, Midun.
I can see that everyone here is so excited about the new SAP Cloud Platform SDK for Android.
Yes.
We announced it at Sapphire 2018, and it's in GA since end of September this year. So what is SAP Cloud Platform SDK for Android?
So the SDK for Android, for short, is helping now developers to create native mobile applications for Android. It basically consists of three parts. One is the foundation libraries, typical jar files that you drop into your Android project. The second thing is a wizard that helps you to get started quite easily and create a project from scratch without the hassle of putting all the dependencies together and all that stuff. And then thirdly, there is a set of UI controls which has been designed together with Google in our partnership to bring new enterprise-ready controls for the developers, and they are basically a mix of the material design and the Fiori design from SAP.
Interesting. So what are the new features in the SDK with respect to user experience and data integration?
Well, you just got the points. We offer obviously the whole service that is provided by the SAP Cloud Platform mobile services. So it starts with offline synchronization, push, but also security features like authentication, single sign-on, supportability features like log upload, remote logging, and all that stuff, which is reflected in the SDK. And secondly, of course, the UI controls, right? A rich set of UI controls that you can use. And it's not just about creating a new label, right? Everybody has a label. It's more about concrete enterprise controls that you can just use as a building block for your mobile applications.
And of course, the offline.
And of course, the offline.
Yeah. Okay, so as a SAP mobility consultant, the first question will be what tools and skill sets are required to build a Android app using this new Android SDK. So how is the developer experience?
That's a nice word, developer experience.
Yeah.
And the developer experience was one of the key themes that we put into development of the SDK. So it was crucial to us that we create a nice native developer experience so that the developers feel at home. So what we have done is we have integrated into the Android Studio, which is the standard development tool for Android, right? It's called Android Studio, so. And we have put in there a wizard, and this wizard guides you through the project creation and generates already a completely running app, which covers authentication, which covers data access, and even some push features, for instance, right? So you get started quickly.
Okay, so we know that Android is one of the most popular mobile platform in enterprises, and most of our customers are already using Android applications which are built using our old Android SDK. So my question is, what is the strategy for the old SDK? Is there any migration path available to the new SDK?
That's a very good question. We had the native SDK before, which was part of the SAP Mobile Platform SDK, and it was a complete different thing, right? It basically was just a set of libraries which reflects the server-sided features, but there was no developer experience around it. So no wizard and specifically no UI controls. And one thing we had in mind for the developers as well is that in today's new Cloud Platform SDK for Android, we really do have an eye for the need of the developer and what the developer really wants, and which is a Java-ish kind of API to use, right? So, and in previous SDKs, we tried to create an API that's similar across all platforms. And we saw that it's not really what the developer wants.
Okay, so if customers or partners want to explore more about the SDK, where they can find the learning materials?
Oh, obviously here at TechEd. So if you missed it, we have TechEd Live and the replays of many, many sessions. But of course, you can find a lot of material in our tutorials at developers.sap.com, also in the mobile interactive tutorials, and more to come, obviously.
Okay, so are there any different ways to develop Android applications using SAP Cloud Platform Mobile Service?
Yes, there are. So basically, the Android SDK supports the native way for mobile applications. But we also have other native ways, which is namely the SAP Mobile Cards, which also runs on Android, and the Mobile Development Kit, which we will release support soon for Android.
Awesome. That's some very exciting news about new SAP Cloud Platform Android SDK. And I can't wait to see what is coming next. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.